Hello everyone for Channel 6 TV Community Focus. I'm Dennis George, and February means Fat Tuesday, Ash Wednesday, Lent, and in Lebanon, Knights of Columbus Fish Fries. And we're here today with a longtime member, former Grand Knight of the Knights of Columbus, Jerry Reynolds. And Jerry, welcome.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Well, we're glad you're able to be here with us because fish fries, back in the old day when Catholics could not eat meat on any Friday, eating fish was a big thing and typical for everybody. But now it's primarily only during Lent, and it's a busy time for you guys out here.
It is a busy time for us. I mean, I like fish. I eat fish a lot of times when we go out to eat and things like that. I think fish is a good food as far as I'm concerned. Hopefully we've got a good product for people.
All right, going into this, before we came on air, this is not just something that the fish comes in one day and on Friday you start getting ready for the meal that's going to take place on Friday nights, and we'll get into your dates and everything here in just a minute, but it's a long time process of getting everything prepared then.
You know, there's 7 days in a week, and I probably spend all 7 of them out here doing something, getting ready for Friday night's fish supper. Usually I come out on Saturday and kind of straighten up and things like that, and look around, see what I need to order, and make out a grocery list. The people that supply us our products and stuff come on Monday. I meet with them, order my food, whatever containers, whatever I need for the fish supper. Tuesdays, we thaw out fish, cut it, put it in buckets, put it in the refrigerator, and then Wednesday we receive all the food that we ordered on Monday and have to put that away and get it up. On Thursdays we have like 20 gentlemen, or not gentlemen, 20 men and wives that come out and help peel potatoes. Frankie Mark Thomas is in charge of the potato peeling, and he runs 300 pounds of potatoes each week through a peeler and gets some of the skins off of it, and then these people sit around and take the bad places out. Also, on Thursdays we grind all the coleslaw, 150 pounds of cabbage. I mix it up, put the dressing and everything in it, and season it, and we sample it, and somebody said, well, what's your recipe? We have no recipe. When we get it to where we like it, we put it in buckets and put it in the refrigerator. Then, of course, on Friday, we come out, we do the beans, potatoes, and things like that, get them cooking, and supposed to start at 4 o'clock, but usually by 3:30, there's people lined up, and we start feeding supper.
Where do you get your fish?
We order our fish from Reinhardt's out of Bowling Green. It's a food distributor. We buy some things from them. We buy some from Gordon Foods.
Now, have you sampled different types of fish, and have you finally settled on one? Or
Dennis, we have probably, since I've been a member and doing this, which was back in 1985, I think is when we started, maybe before that. It was whenever the VFW closed up. We bought their stoves and stuff and carried them over here, packed them from their building over here. And those old things back in those days were heavy. But anyway, we brought them over here and we started fish suppers. Well, Walter Ryan, who's now deceased, was our Grand Knight, and he'd been over there, and they used what they called whiting, which was when you got through eating, you had like a skeleton of a fish. Mm-hmm. The bones and everything were still there. We served maybe 125, 30 people. And so Greenbrier was Grand Knight for 2 years, and that's the fish we used. Well, when he went out of office, I became Grand Knight, and I switched fish. I went to Ocean Perch, and we used to buy from Jimmy Higdon down here, and our meals increased to about 200 to 300, which we thought was good at the time, And then we've tried we've tried pollock, which is still being used around in the area in some places, but we're not particularly fond of it, so we don't use it anymore. It was a whole lot of skin and more than meat. And then we found this about 3 years ago, we found a fish called sway. It's a catfish. The American catfish people, as I understand the story, went to Vietnam and got them to raise it for them, wanted to buy it from them, but they wanted it at a cheap price, and they wouldn't do it, so they can't call it a farm-raised catfish because American catfish people have that trademark. So it's called sway. You can find it at your local grocery stores, and we just fell in love with it. And we also went from battering fish to breading fish, which is a lot more healthier. And you can eat our fish now. When you pick it up, you will have no grease on your hands because we use a very high-priced oil. We don't use as much of it as we used to because we don't have to lose any, but it's a good product.
All right, and I know last year when we had the snow, you get in the middle of the week and you guys have to make a decision, okay, are we going to do it or not? How do you go about ordering enough food each week and planning on how much it's going to take, and how many do you expect to serve on a typical Friday night?
Well, it got to be a little hairy last year, you know, because we did have 2 big snows during Lent. Matter of fact, I wasn't even going to be here for one. I had a granddaughter that was going to dance at Disney World, and I told him, I said, I'm going to Disney World, so I did. But we made the decision during the middle of the week. They kept calling me and asking me. We kept in contact, and we made the decision in the middle of the week that we were going to cancel it because there was just too much people to get out in. The only thing you have a problem with is your fish. But we were lucky we hadn't cut it yet because of the snow coming early. So we just dropped an order. Typically, we do 6, this council has done 6 fish suppers. We do not do Good Friday. But last year, since we had missed 2, we did do Good Friday. And it worked out great. We sold about as many as we normally did. And we don't know if it was because we missed 2 and people were wanting fish, or because typically it starts out pretty good and it kind of goes down a little bit the closer you get to Easter and Good Friday.
Some of that is the weather gets better, do you think?
Well, the weather gets better and people get tired of fish. You know, maybe they want pinto beans or a cheese sandwich or something. But it's just, you know, now last year we had the biggest week we've ever had. We fed 809 people out here on a Friday night and did it all in a 2-hour period.
All right, what do you normally plan for?
We figure we're going to have 700 to 800 people. Typically is what we plan for. Like I said, if we notice that it starts dropping off each week a little bit, we may cut back 10 or 15 pounds of fish, you know. But we typically will use 450 pounds of fish a week. That's a lot of fish.
I don't catch that much in the summer, do you?
I haven't caught that much fish in my life.
All right, now you're set up right nice out here because you have people can eat in or get carryouts. And you want to talk about those a little bit and the cost?
Yeah, you can come in and eat in. We dine in. We start at 5 o'clock. We say in the dining room because well, we want people to get off. We want enough people out there to eat what we put out. We don't want it to get cold. I mean, if we put out a pan of fish, we want enough people in there waiting to get a pan of fish. We've got more fish coming or ready, but we don't want to put it out on the steam tables and stuff until we've got enough people. And it's $10 if you eat in. It's all you can eat. You get your drink and everything free. We even have desserts, but they're sold separately. They're not ours. We don't have anything to do with them. They belong to Charlie's Angels, which is a Relay for Life team. And we give them the space. We used to let them be out in the hall, but it got so big I had to move them back here because I needed their table.
So you don't do your world famous pecan pies for that?
Well, no. I just did 48 for the chamber banquet this week, so I'm kind of wore out on pecan pies right now.
What's the breakdown? All right, let's talk about carryouts, how that operates, what the cost is of those.
All right, carryouts. You never have to get out of your car. We'll have 4 or 5 people out there going, and how many do you want? We have probably 7 or 8 people in here putting it together, putting it in a bag to take out. They grab whatever they need and go with it. You never have to wait in line very long. Normally we'll feed, like the night we fed 800, we fed 500 and some of them through the carryout.
Do you typically do more carryout?
We do more carryouts than we do eat in because people want to get it and go. They're getting off work, they don't want to come back out. They get their dinners and they go home.
And typically they're probably 2, 3, 4, whereas you may have singles and couples coming into the dining room.
I mean, we've had as many as 10 or 12 out there in one group, you know. And we'll deliver to the factories if they'll call us and tell us, you know, they want some. We have taken Joy Mining 15, 20. We've taken Angel out here 25, 30. But, you know, if you'll call us and tell us you want so many carryouts, we'll bring them to you as late as we can bring them. Now, I don't, you know, some of them say, well, we don't go to supper till 8 o'clock. Well, I can't wait till 8 o'clock because we're going to be done. Mm-hmm. We're finished. Normally, we're done by 7. We'll wait around and fry their fish maybe at 7 o'clock and take it to them at 7:30. And that's about the best we can do.
Okay, what's the cost of the carryout?
Carryouts are $9. Of course, there you don't get a drink. You don't get to eat all you want, but you get, I have had more people tell me there's more food in their carryouts than they can eat. We give you typically 3 pieces of fish, which are nice sized fillets, and the potatoes are put into a carryout tray. The beans pinto beans are put into a cup with a lid on it so your juice don't get on your food and stuff, and then your cornbread and your coleslaw is put on top of your set on top of your carryout tray. All
right, let's talk. You say you do deliver. What's a phone number that people can call?
The Casey Hall is 270-692-3762.
And you have people here answering the phone and
taking
orders?
The phone will be right there beside of the guy that takes the money and gets the orders and stuff, and we go from there.
How many people does it take to feed 800? Let's start with cutting the fish, the coleslaw, the potatoes, and actual people on hand that night.
Oh, Lord. It takes probably, let's see, there's about 4 of us that come out and cut fish. There's probably 20 people that come out and sit around the Frankie Mark puts them in a circle back there and puts the buckets and everything on cardboard. And they just sit there and gossip about everybody in Marion County and cut fish or cut potatoes and really enjoy themselves. There's about 7 back here that grind the cabbage, cut it up, do the onions, carrots, everything that goes into cabbage. Then on fish nights, there's probably 6 or 7 that come out Friday morning and help me put everything on the stove. I don't normally turn it on until around lunchtime or so. Potatoes are even later than that. But then after that, we probably, there's probably 5 or 6 out in the dining room getting orders for tea and coffee and stuff. Of course, John G. Mattingly is running the cash register out there for us. Then there's 6 or 7 in the kitchen taking stuff off, butter and potatoes. And there's probably 15 in here and 5 or 6 out there and probably 8 or 9 back there frying fish. There's probably 60 to 70 people, different ones during the week.
All right, is it a fundraiser or is it a community service, or how would you look at it?
It's our biggest fundraiser. I mean, you know, you've been in organizations before. You're hit all the time with somebody wanting something. You know, we give money every month. Well, we don't give money. We give food every month to the food bank. We spend X number of dollars monthly at the food bank. I go on Thursdays, Senior Citizens Day, because I'm a senior citizen, and I can get a 5% discount and buy whatever Brenda Harmon. I call her on Wednesday and say, Brenda, what do you all need? I give what they need, not what's up there. It can be anywhere from milk, powdered milk, to cereal, to peanut butter and crackers. That's usually the basic. They don't need me to give them a lot of corn, green beans, because everybody else brings to churches and groups brings in canned stuff. So, you know, we do that. the junior miss, project graduation. We sponsor a little league team, football, basketball, baseball. Now we do some things, you know, for ourselves. We need to raise enough money to blacktop this parking lot, to be honest with you. But right now we haven't done that, so we try to take a little bit to put aside for that kind of project. But it's, somebody's always, you know, Appalachian, we have a group that goes up there and works on homes and stuff. We donate money for them. We've had families that call us up and tell us they need help, you know, and we'll help them.
All right, the important part. Now let's see, you talk about when they get together, they gossip. We've had a lot of BS for about the last 15 minutes. Give us the day that you're going to be starting and the times, and you've probably forgotten the KC Hall phone number, but if you have it, give that again. But get everybody to, like I say, the first date that you'll be starting with this.
The first date we'll start will be the 12th of February, which is the first Friday of Lent. Ash Wednesday is the 10th. Of course, that's another day you're not supposed to eat meat, but we do not fry fish. We will start cutting fish on Tuesday. Fish will already be cut for that Friday, the 12th, but we'll cut fish again on Tuesday, Tuesday before the 9th, and then the 10th we'll receive the food, and Thursday, the 11th, we peel potatoes, and like I said, there'll probably be 20 guys and wives and some widows. They still come. I mean, we still send we send a newsletter out each month, and even the wives of past deceased members gets a newsletter. Some of them like it. They come and help us. I mean, you know, their husband was active, and they want to stay active and know what's going on in the Knights of Columbus.
All right, so beginning February 12th, and every Friday after that, except for Good Friday.
Well, now we may do Good Friday. Like I said, you know, we had a good year, and that could be good money towards our parking lot. But it all depends on we're going to see what it does.
Every Friday, up to and perhaps including Good Friday. There'll
be a fish supper going on.
You'll be letting Gary White know that for Channel 6,
right.
And we'll know if there's one coming up.
If it comes another blizzard like the last one we had a week or so ago, or like we had last year, we probably won't have it. I mean, people can't get out. We can't get to park. I had to clean the parking lot this week, or last week, just so the grocery man could get in to deliver, because we had the Chamber of Commerce banquet,
right.
And I needed the food for it. If I didn't clear the parking lot, they weren't going to come. I mean, I didn't have to clear it because it probably would have melted, but I had to have the food on Monday, and so I had to clean the parking lot.
All right, so husbands, it's a good opportunity for you to take your wife out or cook for her that night. Come to the KC Hall here in Lebanon on South Spalding Avenue beginning February 12th and every Friday. And stay tuned to Channel 6 and you'll find out if again they do it on Good Friday. For Channel 6 TV Community Focus, I'm Dennis George.